Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 33. Today, I've decided to do my top 10 bands of all time. Yes, Sea of Tranquility did this same episode. I will say I copied off of them for the topic. Not that I was running short on topics. I just honestly needed to get this one out of the way, and you'll see why. This Okay, like I said last episode, my top 5 bands have been extremely easy. I've had the same top 5 bands forever, okay? It's bands from 6 to 10 that was a little bit of a challenge here. So, what I'm going to do here, like I said, I've got my top 10 bands. It took me a while to get this together here, and I'm going to put 3, maybe 4 honorable mentions, and I'll explain why. So first off, number 10. This one really squeaked by. And I love this band to death here. Don't get me wrong here. I don't really think they've made a bad album, like some not as good as others there. But number 10, I'm going to be putting England's or where they're from there. Judas Priest. I have everything that they've ever done. I remember I've always liked them. Then that Metalworks box set came out or whatever it was there. And I bought that. I was like, oh my God, like every friggin' song is good. Like, especially some songs that I'd never even heard of. So sure enough, when I bought Metalworks, I went backwards like I usually do and bought every single album that they had since then, and I haven't looked back. And then, of course, I've been buying every album. This is, of course, their latest one, Firepower, which I saw them on this tour. Great show. So, number 10, I will be putting Judas Priest. No, I'm going to save that for later I'll save it for my honorable mentions when what I'm about to say here. So number 10, Judas Priest. Number 9, again, this one squeaked by. I've loved them since, if you can guess, from 91. I've liked them before. I've known everything, but I started buying all their albums starting 1991, and you'll see why. Number 9 would be Rat. So now if you can figure out why I'm saying 91, it's because they had that awesome greatest hits, just called 81-91. Their best of from that era, and man, as greatest hits go, man, was that ever a good one. Apparently, according to my friend Pascal, I annoyed his sister without really knowing this. You're in Love. I used to love, well, I still do there, You're in Love by Rat there. Man, I played that in the car. I don't know how many times there. Apparently it annoyed his sister there, but of course he says, keep playing it. So anyway, if you want a really good greatest hits, by the way, Rat and Roll 81-91 is a really good one too there. So again, I'm hoping at least one last album from these guys. I know it's really iffy. What the hell, they're always in fights or whatever or whatnot, but you know what? Good music is good music. So I'm putting number 9, Rat. Number 8. So first off, First off, I remember I seen 2 videos from this band on the Power Hour, which I loved. Not enough to buy the albums at the time. When you're working at low part-time, you don't buy that much albums as much as you want to now these days anyway. So then my friend Pascal told me about this band in around 1999, 98 maybe. Anyway, and I bought he lent me the album. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Sure enough, I went backwards again. This was a little tougher to get at the time in Canada, pre-internet. So I'm talking about Saxon. I love Saxon right now. Like, these guys pretty much can do no wrong. I did a, and you know what? I did a ranking on my channel, and Saxon is the most viewed, like by a lot. Like, it's more than Kiss, which Kiss is my second most viewed there because it was episode 1, but Saxon is the most viewed episode. So there are a lot of Saxon fans out there, I guess. But yeah, being in Canada, I saw them for the first time again on the Judas Priest Firepower tour, and that meet and greet was, I can talk about that one forever and ever. That was such a great meet and greet, good stories to tell. I've said it in another watch my Saxon album ranking, I believe. No, sorry, my meet and greets, the ones, anyway, great stories for my meet and greets. But anyway, number 8, I'm putting England's Saxon, or UK. I'm going to say UK. I don't even know where these bands are from, really. I'm too old for this shit. So, anyway, Saxon, number 8. Number 7 is going to be a sort of a twofer. I've just got the one album. Well, I got more than one album there. But, anyway, cheers again. There you go. So this artist was in 2 bands. So I'm talking about Canada's Kim Mitchell. So the band I'm talking about obviously is Max Webster. The reason I'm only bringing up Kim Mitchell, like I said, I'm putting Kim Mitchell and Max Webster together. The reason I like Kim Mitchell more than Max Webster is because I didn't even know who Max Webster was until, oh my God, I was in college, and I again, Pascal had bought this greatest hits because he had heard on the radio Battle Scar from Max Webster, but I also had Rush on it. So he bought that greatest hits just to have that song, and I listened to the greatest stuff. I was like, my God, this is good stuff too. How the hell do I not know this? So I'm putting Kim Mitchell number 7. I remember it was a Lager and Ale video that I saw on, I'm not even sure if I had much music at the time. And of course, Go for Soda, which got the best actor ever. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at the guy trying to hang up the phone at the end of the video. Terrible, but funny. So I'm putting number 7, Kim Mitchell, and with it, I'm putting Max Webster, because to me, when you see this guy live, he does both, Kim Mitchell and Max Webster. But I've had a soft spot for Kim Mitchell for the longest time. He's easily my favorite Canadian artist, so it's normal that I'm putting him here in the top 10. But like I said, I'm putting Kim Mitchell and Max Webster together as number 7. Number 6. Anybody who knows me, I guess, heard me bragging about this band again from, I'm going to say again, the UK, because I don't know where the hell they're from. So I'm talking about these guys, the Wild Hearts. This is a live album I got. Very good, actually. I just not a big fan of live albums, especially, but this works. This one works here. What's in here anyway? Oh yeah, it's a nice color. Anyway, again, I'm saying if you're living in Canada, the Wild Hearts is probably the best band you've never heard of. I love these guys to death. It's an expensive habit to follow. There's so many, and like I said on my Wild Hearts ranking, they put Halloween to shame when it comes to bonus tracks. These guys have bonus tracks after bonus tracks. Oh, it's like ridiculous here. But if you want some originality with your hard rock / metal, I think they sound like it's a little bit of a mix of Metallica meets Cheap Trick meets the Beatles, I guess. I don't know. To me, it's more like Metallica meets Cheap Trick. There you go. Anyway, number 6, the Wild Hearts. Now comes the easy part where I'm talking about my top 5 bands, which I've done forever and ever. Number 5, I don't care what you guys think. I'm putting number 5, Winger. I love Winger. I've loved Winger ever since their first album. I saw Headed for a Heartbreak on, what the hell was it called? Friday Night Videos. The one with Stu Jeffries there, but Good Rockin' Tonight, I think that was what it was. Anyway, with the other guy before that, he's now an actor. I saw him in Stargate, of all places. I forget what his name is. If you remember his name, write down in the comments there. But Winger, they only have 6 albums, that's right. But they've had, I don't even know how to explain this. There's also been the solo career of Kip Winger, other solo project from the bands. But I love all 6 albums of Winger, like from A to Z. I don't think they've made a bad album at all. A couple of songs here and there, I'm like, whatever there. But as albums as a whole go, they don't have a bad album, in my opinion. They've been unfairly treated. Thank you, Beavis and Butthead. With the grunge, they were the laughing stock. When I'm looking at other bands, I'm like, there was so much worse back then when it came to this. But I saw these guys live twice, hoping to see them again. I know there's another album hopefully coming out this year. So obviously I'll be showing that off here in that channel. So number 5, Winger. Number 4. This one again. I'm talking too much again. That was a nice loud one there. Okay. This guy's been in many bands. I'm going to be doing the ranking of his solo career, because that's pretty much what I like the most. But I'm going to mention his other bands. And I'm talking about Dio. I love all his Rainbow stuff. It's the only stuff that I have from Rainbow is the Dio stuff. Black Sabbath. The only, apart from my greatest hits I have of Ozzy there, the only Black Sabbath I own is the Dio stuff, plus that one Ian Gillan album, which is excellent there. But Dio, my God, I remember. So how I got into Dio was probably, I knew of him. I knew some songs. We had all bought tickets to go see Dio at the Super X here in Ottawa. And this was kind of like when his career was kind of starting going like this year. And of course, the grunge was starting at that time too. The album Lock Up the Wolves had just come out. We were like, oh my God, he's coming to the Super X. I think it was, the opening act was Yngwie Malmsteen. And sure enough, the show was canceled, and it broke my heart. I was so mad. I was like, oh my God. And I'm looking at YouTube videos, and like, that show looked amazing. Sure enough, I did go see him 4 times after that there. I did meet him. Super nice guy. Like, wow. I'm so happy I got to meet him. Rest in peace, by the way. But yeah, I'm putting number 4, Dio, the solo band. But I want to mention that I do love the Rainbow stuff and the Black Sabbath stuff that he's done with those bands. I have a lot of... I'll maybe make another odd episode one time of offshoots. Anyway, I got an idea. I just got it there. We'll see. Number 4, Dio. Number 3, a band that I liked, again, did not start to love until 1990, I think. 91? That's when I started buying the whole damn collection, which was Van Halen. Everybody knows Van Halen. Everybody likes Van Halen pretty much. Well, likes or loves, whatever. There, you can't say that you don't like one song from them there. I was so much a Van Hagar fan as opposed to a David Lee Roth era. And, sorry. The David Lee Roth era has slowly crept up, and I'm actually appreciating it a lot more these days, especially the older stuff there. But I'll always be pro Sammy before pro David. First of all, just vocal range. you can be as much. And when I saw him, I saw the David Lee Roth on the what the hell was that album called? A Different Kind of Truth tour. At the time when it was in the 80s, David Lee Roth was an asshole or an idiot or a jerk. Now I'm sure he's calmed down, but when I saw him live, he was just acting like a jerk or an asshole, like it was expected. And I was like, no. Plus his voice is not great anymore. It's never was. But anyway, that's besides the point there. I love both versions now. Okay? Not just Van Hagar. I just chose this cover because I do like this album cover there. Good light. But anyway, Van Halen number 3. Saw them 1, 2, 3 times, I think. Wish I've seen them more. Number 2. So this, my first concert ever was 1989 and was from this guy here. And boy, did I ever change my tune regarding this guy. I'm talking about Alice Cooper, number 2. I went, again, I had Raise Your Fist and Yell with all my Kiss records. Or cassettes, I should say, at the time. And then Trash came out. I bought that because I love that Poison song. And I'm like, okay, I need to get all the... And I went again, backwards again, bought everything. And now I just can't get enough of Alice Cooper. It's like, what the hell was I missing at the time there? But again, you when you're in your young teens there, you just think that you know everything, and you're like, wow, I can't believe I didn't know about this or didn't know about that. So number 2, I'm putting Alice Cooper, and I'm talking about his solo career and the Alice Cooper group and all that, everything Alice Cooper, and he's still kicking around too. He's got apparently more albums coming out soon. He's like over 70, still kicking ass. Please come to Ottawa, Alice, if you're seeing this. So number 2, Alice Cooper, and I did meet him too. Very, very proud of that one. Number 1, it's not going to come to a shock to anybody, but of course I'm talking about Kiss. I'm not going to bore you to death about why, because I've talked about it on this channel many times. This is my band, has been from the start, will always be there till I die, pretty much. I got... even the Kiss tattoo, and I got one on the back here. I'm not taking off my shirt to show you. Sorry. I am thinking about putting some more band, but anyway, that's another story there. So, yeah, number 1, Kiss. I'm not going to bore you to death. I've done an episode on Kiss already, and meet and greets and all that. I find they're that good. They're that great. They're that inspirational. They're the reason I'm into music that much, and I play music. So number 1, Kiss. Very shocker. So I'm just going to mention a few honorable mentions, and I'll explain why they didn't go into the top 10. But if it continues, they will easily sneak into the top 10 if it continues. So I'm going to mention Blue Oyster Cult. Why did I not put them? Like, they've got a great career. Ashamed to say I only got into them last summer. But when I say I got into them last summer, boy, did I ever get into them last summer. I consider myself a Blue Oyster Cult expert now with what I know and what I have. My head's still, how could I have been so ignorant and so wrong all my life, laughing at those guys at the time. Again, when you're a dumb teenager there. But so anyway, Blue Oyster Cult will probably be making the top 10 eventually. And I know I keep listening to these guys a lot there. Another one, it's not that they're not that new. They're a band that's 10 years old, but Ghost. I love Ghost. They only have 1, 2, 3, 5 albums and a couple of EPs. I was like, okay, do I put Ghost right now. Keep it up, guys. With the music you're doing, you will easily again squeeze into the top 10. Some bands may just take the side road or whatever there. But yeah, I love Ghost right now. I can't even say anything bad about them. Sure, it's gimmicky, but it's such a good gimmicky and fun gimmicky to watch. So another honorable mention is Ghost. Another one, I'll put these two Canadian bands here. Triumph. Obviously, you've seen me rave about that documentary, and I'm still, if you guys haven't seen that documentary, go and see it. It's that good. But man, have I ever been listening to a lot of Triumph of late also. And surprisingly, Rush has actually been creeping up. Like, I've been again, it's sad to say I've only started. Okay, no, I've had Rush albums in my life there. I've only started collecting their vinyls after Neil Peart's passing away. You know what? I started before that. That's false. I started before that. It's just, it got a lot harder or a lot more difficult to get all the vinyls. I'm still missing 4, I think, but they're like $200, $300 each. I'm like, I'm not paying that much there. So, Rush, if you're listening to this, please re-release your latest albums on vinyl. So, that's going to be my top 10 bands of all time. So, Judas Priest, Rat, Saxon, Kim Mitchell with Max Webster, The Wild Hearts, Winger, Dio with Rainbow and Black Sabbath. I guess you could even say Elf. Van Halen, Alice Cooper, and Kiss. And our honorable mentions, Blue Oyster Cult, Ghost, Triumph, Rush. Maybe even Megadeth. They're close. They're not there yet. They're definitely my top 20. I'm not making a top 20 episode. No way. This was too hard to get to the top 10. So, but I'll do a Megadeth ranking one day too there. So, actually, now that I'm looking at my notes, the next episode, I just actually thought Megadeth up to put them in there. And sure enough, next episode is the Megadeth album rankings. I'm an idiot. I wish I could say this was planned. It was not. But anyway, next episode will be the Megadeth album rankings. So anyway, from all of us at Off the Charts, which is me, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, by the way. A nice little boost of subscriptions this past week, so thank you. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe if you like this type of content here. Tell your friends. And again, I do 2 episodes per week right now, maybe more if the interest goes higher up there. But yeah, we'll see you next episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.